Ryan, stop building your little action figures.
Hello everyone, welcome to 20 City Crit. I'm your Dungeon Master Harna, and joining me is my usual rigmarole of players. Let's kick off with the person who has been winded most recently, and then we'll work our way on the person who has been winded least recently. Because I had my dog headbutt me in the fucking sternum.
Wait, is it
and
most
wind
recent
me.
to least recent?
Most recently winded is me, and we're going to work our way down from there.
Hi, I'm George. I live with the same dog, so I can't remember exactly when I was last winded, but it was definitely today at some point. I play Atlas Moreau, the Owlin Druid, and I live with an animal who has a cement block for a face.
I'll go next as I feel like I get winded pretty easily. Hi, I'm Mary, play Astro ASMR Cleric, and pass on to the next.
I'll go next because I have a cat who likes to jump from the window shelf onto my stomach while I'm asleep.
Oh, I love it when they do that.
Hi, I'm Anthony. I play Barristak Hoof, the Sato Rogue Fighter, and I'll pass it on to the next.
I mean, it's probably even between me and Ryan. I don't know if Ryan ever gets winded because I don't.
I'm not really in contact sport or anything these days.
Like, yeah, same. Sod it, I'll go because people throw things at me on a construction site. 25 kg bags of cement or a shovel, like I got thrown at today. Yeah, don't tell people to do stuff that they're already doing.
I work in a shop, so that doesn't really happen to me often.
Ryan,
Did you introduce yourself?
catch 12 kilograms of vape juice.
Hi, I'm Ryan, and I play Cyrus Redmar, the Orc Barbarian, previously Tiefling.
And I didn't actually finish.
Not a
but yeah,
tiefling.
I'm playing
Not a
tiefling.
tiefling.
Fuck!
Not a tiefling. No, we're not letting that go. Not a tiefling. Not a tiefling. Previously, in fact. Tiefling.
Previously ASMR, mistaken for Tiefling by the commoners and his player, apparently.
Hang on, I gotta take this. Hello? Yes, Mr. President, we got him. Thanks. Alrighty, and who wants to remind us what was happening last time? It was a bit of a shorter session, but...
Well, the tiefling gave an apology speech.
They said their apologies, not so much apologies.
One was semi-believable, one was absolutely not believable in the slightest.
Cyrus is not a believable guy. People don't believe him when he says things, unless it's really bad dwarven jokes.
Astro and Atlas just sitting there eating popcorn, watching the whole thing go down.
Indeed. You have also jumped. You have jumped from the leaving the Omphalos behind, passing around the Carius Nebula, and you're stationing yourselves to get in a position where you can jump towards Nula Major, which is pretty much where we kick off. You've just, I believe, for argument's sake...
Juno's stories on for her.
Hmm?
I was putting Juno's stories on for her.
Fair enough. Our dog's an iPad kid.
She likes watching squirrels on the TV.
You're currently in the Celestial Shroud sector. You opted for that instead of the Nova Arcane system to avoid Sentinel Station. And there is a little research outpost on Ecliptus, which is this planet which
Oh
you
yeah,
guys
we were
recently
like,
got
can we
contacted
have
in.
some of that research? And they were like, right.
I believe that you have busy asked about, like, you know, 'cause they were busy studying like the detection methods and how the Shroud Nebula itself seems interfering with, like, you know, detection and, like, you know, psionics and things like that. You thought maybe the Endear would be an interesting fit, and I think the plan was that you guys were going to head down towards that.
Yeah,
Yes.
if we'd not already landed there.
Yep. So I think you had taken Nendir with you, and you had gone. Dogs are just being absolute cunts today. You had taken Nendir with you, and you had headed down to basically meet with these guys, and Ecliptus is this like rocky planet, very very dark. There's a thick cloud layer here, as you can pass through, and I believe you touched down, and these these guys in suits came out to you, met you, and were able to connect your ship up. I think. Via an airlock kind of system, if I'm remembering right, and you guys have. I don't know if you've even left the ship yet exactly, but that is kind of where we are. Your ship is the airlock is cycling and stabilizing pressure. Who, if anyone, is in the in that level of the ship, and is Nendir there already? I suppose.
Wherever Nendir is, Atlas is. It's kind of the general rule right now.
Sure.
I guess where Atlas is, Cyrus is as well, because he's making sure she doesn't get eaten by Nendir.
She's probably close by.
I feel like it's wherever Nendir is, Atlas is. Wherever Atlas is, Cyrus is. And wherever Cyrus is, Astra always is. But also wherever Nendir is, Astra is always a 10-foot distance from. So it's
And wherever Astra is, Diaz is also with a pistol.
Yeah.
So I suppose, easy question for you all. When you got Nendir on the ship, I believe you got her in laid down on a table, with a cloth over her. Are you planning on trying to disguise her? Are you planning on...
I have the hat, but it only disguises as lizard folk or dragonborn, which
We
are
could also just...
not super legal also, but I think maybe less of a stretch than trying to hide her being a squid.
Could we put one of the Expanse helmets on her and just put the visor down so that they can't see her face or something?
They are glass. They're not mirrored. They're
Then an hour before, I will give Nendir my magic hat.
Sure, she'll take it. Thank you. I'll try to use this.
It'll only disguise you as a dragonborn or a lizard folk, but I think that'll scare people less than...
What you are.
Yes, quite possibly. I'll give it a go. And she'll spend an hour, she'll tune to it, and yes, she'll use the Hat of Disguise. She turns herself into a purple dragon. Weird color. Just picks it.
Well, couldn't be more obvious if you tried.
What do you mean?
It works, I guess.
You get Amethyst Dragonborn, don't you?
I'm afraid I don't know really much about Dragonborn. I remember reading a book about a purple Dragonborn when I was younger.
Puff the Magic Dragon.
Wasn't he green?
I don't know.
Yes, Puff was green. This was a bit more. I say younger. I was still early adult reading level.
I feel like this is a reference to some kind of dragon porn that Harry's seen, but I haven't.
I've not for note.
Panicking.
The book,
He's backtracking.
The book was simply called The Bad Dragon.
Yeah, it was about a bad dragon who was purple.
Everyone knows the Bad Dragon mascot is black with red horns.
Nope, not everyone knows that actually.
I'm sorry, what?
She's backtracking.
And now you want to look it up to see if I'm right, but then you have to look it up.
No, I'm not going to do that.
I could just be fucking with you. You'll never know.
I'm gonna focus on my little plastic men instead.
Okay.
The worst part is I know the name as well, and I don't know how I know the name.
The name of the mascot?
Yeah.
Why?
I don't know. I know the name of lots of mascots. Like Chuck E. Cheese's full name is Charles Entertainment Cheese. Chuck E. Cheese.
Was Googling
Who's
it.
Googling that right now?
Fact-checking Chuck E. Cheese.
I'm not actually Googling that, but...
It is. It's Charles Entertainment Cheese.
Anyway, Nendir, suitably disguised, she makes her way through the ship. Can someone just roll a what is it to see through disguise self? I think it's like an insight check, isn't it?
I think if
Wisdom?
if Volgir knows this is happening, he will be following a good 20 foot back
Cool.
because he knows what happened last time.
Fair enough.
Cyrus will probably be within 5 feet of at all times because he knows what happened last time and he has a sword.
Astra stays a good bit back because she remembers
Investigation
what
check.
happened the rest of
Investigation
the
against
last
the spell
time.
save DC.
Sure, someone's roll me d20 and I'll add on your crew's investigation. See if anyone in the crew.
6.
The crew don't seem to notice.
We're a weird enough group that they just kind of don't, you know.
Yeah, we're an eclectic bunch.
Yeah.
What's a purple dragonborn?
Yeah, they're like, whatever.
What's a purple dragon born among friends?
I
They're
feel
probably
like
just
Astra's
walking
probably
through
like
the
30
ship.
feet behind.
Probably just they're probably walking through the ship going, oh, it just must be Cyrus trying to avoid the attention. Wait, there's Cyrus. Wait, what?
Or they look, see like a purple dragonborn, and they're like, that weird owl bitch got another pet.
Another weird animal. Checks out.
Atlas is walking right next to it. This is absolutely a weird Atlas pet situation. We've all heard about that chimera thing.
Or another weird Cyrus situation that we're not supposed to talk about anymore.
That was proven to be rumors, and you know it. We're not starting that shit again.
Yeah. Do not
That
slander my
wasn't Astra.
Do not slander my husband, says the animal folk.
Just Volgir at the back with a belt. Shame. Shame.
Another reason you should come be cowboys. Every time we're in a group with Harry and someone says shame, we just get to all yell shame at him.
Shame.
That's why it's called Seamus.
That was the joke.
Boo.
I don't know that I'm called Seamus.
We were trying to work out how to shorten people's names, and he was like, "What? You're just gonna call me Shame?" And then we were all like, "Shame."
Better shame than muss.
Or Seam. It could have been Seam.
What's your surname?
O'Dougal.
O'Dougal.
Just called Dougal.
I
You
also
let Diggle to a funeral.
Dougie. Love when we were discussing your name, and Winifred was just like, "Wait, you have a middle name? I thought O was your middle name." Seamus O'Dougal.
These cowboys are toy cowboys. Those cowboys are far, far away.
It's true.
See, I only know Dougal from the Magic Roundabout.
What are we doing?
You look a little bit like Dougal from the Magic Roundabout.
Me personally?
No, like Seamus. Like
Okay,
Dougal
I'll take
also
that.
had lots
I was
of
like,
like
what the
fluffy,
fuck?
kind of gingerish hair.
But yeah,
I would say a lot about George if you look like Diggle.
the airlock is affixed and opens up, and you kind of see before you there's like a little eclectic collection of
An eclectic
amalgamate.
collection.
Yeah, that sounded like it was going to be fun to say.
An eclectic collection.
An eclectic collection of
collection.
amalgamate researchers and a couple of security as well, who are obviously monitoring the station. And probably one of them comes forward to you. They are...
They are do. We haven't met that race yet, but they exist. They're just little trumpet people.
Just getting my amalgamate
Little
page up.
sentient trumpets.
I really was thinking you guys would have, wanted to leave the amalgamate sector space this session, but clearly not. Someone pick a number between 1 and 12, or roll a d12.
7.
7.
7 it is.
Fated.
They are a bugbear.
Fated.
You see this big goblinoid-looking creature in this big lab coat with little teeny tiny spectacles on the bridge of their big kind of like they've got like a really flat, short, stubbish like where their nose is. It kind of goes down to their mouth, and they're like, "Yes, indeed. Please come in. Little sir, working on. You have quite a marvelous vessel, if I must say. The initial scan seemed quite interesting. I am leader operator, I suppose you could call me with this
Did you just say
facility.
you were lead leader?
Lead operator. Sorry, I repeated myself twice.
Okay.
You know, sometimes when you're thinking of a word, you say the previous word to buy yourself time.
No, I just thought lead leader was a kind of cool title.
No, or you
Leader of
will
lead-
feel free to call yourself leader of whatever it is that you are in charge of, by all means. I can't say something that I'm going to be picking up personally myself. Indeed.
Or else you should start calling yourself Captain Lead Leader.
Or lead captain.
Or Lead Captain Leader.
Lead leader captain.
Can you be a captain
It's
of
actually
captains?
Admiral.
Admirable.
The Admiral.
Admiral.
The admirable with an eclectic collection of crew. Gonna ride around the fucking warm up here. So the lead operator will lead you down the tube into the main research station itself, and he's like, you can call me Have the Look if you like, or you can call me lead operator, whatever you're more comfortable with. What is it that we can help you with? You said you had interest in our research, and he like brings this big room, like huge, big vaulted ceiling, big curved dome. You see that there's just like satellite dishes fucking everywhere, like, you know, like all taking feedback readings. Big, like round kind of like stations kind of all over the room. And in the center, there's this like big, like, you know, holographic projection, and you kind of see the sector that you guys are in. As you kind of like, you know, look down at it, and you see the big shroud, like, you know, there as well. Like, you know, all these like numbers and things like all coming off them as you get an actual good look at like this like sector that you're in. As you look at the actual like being Shroud Nebula in all of its glory, you know, like all here. And there's a variety of things like picked up in the system. You can see where like things that are actively like transmitting signals, and things that like the location they know is there but they can't seem to detect it, and things like that. You know, like last detected like, you know, 2 months, 5 days, and so like, you know, hours and so minutes ago, like all kind of like all present. And they kind of like, so what is exactly you are looking to learn here? We're studying you know, the Veil of Shadows, and, you know, this strange nebula as well, and just sort of see if we can find any way to use it at all, I suppose.
We were wondering if, following on from your research, that studying this and learning how it hides and affects and blocks signals, could it be engineered to block psionic communications?
I mean, we have delved a little bit into the psionics. Whether or not the actual system can fully block psionics itself, it is not something we've done in-depth research into. Little bits and pieces, of course, but nothing too in-depth. But I've tinkered a little bit in that side. It's hard to get anything. I suppose, what are you looking for? To block a whole ship, perchance? There was, your vessel has it loaded into it already, I think.
I'm sorry, what?
Your vessel.
Captain?
Your
Not
tent.
Some good timing for the music. Dumb.
You do know our ship was fitted with anti-psionic technology, right?
Yes, is it the Umbral Spear, your vessel?
Yes, that's correct.
Yes, we actually worked on the mesh that kind of provides that Faraday cage-like system.
Cyrus, did you read the paperwork I gave you about the ship's stats and equipment and
Yes, of
research
course.
that was put
The book is sitting in his room with like a huge coffee stain on it. He's just used it as like a rest. Of course, I read it. It's just been a while.
Yeah, they've
Okay,
put in the
so-
document.
He skimmed
goes
it.
over, he pulls up like a little light goes on a terminal, he like scans his like hollow strap and like, you know, pulls up a few files like, yes, here it is. The psionic ward lattice. It's kind of like a ship's shielding, but instead of dealing with direct damage, it actually deals with things that would normally penetrate physical barriers, things like effects that might affect your mind or perception, things of that nature, psionic, and psychic intrusion, things like that. But we had worked on it quite, I must say, it was quite the task to get it to cover a whole ship. Even smaller documentation, we obviously had to initially try with small rooms to see if that was even possible, then have someone try to telepathically communicate through, and then other things as well. Quite challenging, requires a lot of energy, but it is possible. What is it you are looking, what else are you looking, I suppose, toward?
How does it work exactly? Is it a frequency or a material?
It is, we've actually, for your ship, we have bottled actual, like, looks at you.
Dominant down, dominant down, dominant down, dominant down.
Good question. Yes, so what we do is we send out a series of configurated collector drones. They travel out into the Shroud Nebula and they cast a net. Using that net, they then collect. It is effectively the easiest way to describe it is, are you familiar with quantum electrons? Yes, quantum electrons, and they basically collect them all together. The net is so fine it will catch them, but repels other things as well. We bundle up the quantum electrons, we put them in a collider, a large, quite a large collider. It runs most around the planet. It causes a huge catastrophic explosion with the collider. We break the quantum electrons down into micro-quantum electrons, and then using the micro-quantum electrons, we're able to create and effectively weave together a lattice, like a jumper, that we're able to place over something, which requires constant power being fed to it to keep them on those lines that we've set for them. If they lose power, the lines break, the lattice shatters, and until power is restored, the lines are no longer active. So effectively, we need a power source, we need the micro-electrons, and we need the lattice to be sewn, all for it to come into place. Quite a taxing process, but can be done. Again, they need to be on a fixed thing, so a vessel is good because you can anchor it to the power source normally, and then also to the walls because they won't really move very much, and that allows us to actually combat the intrusion, as it were. It kind of acts as as if you put a shield in front of an arrow. It would stop it, you know?
Cyrus is like swaying slightly, and his eyes are just doing that scrolly thing where it's like
Astra,
so much information.
Astra kind of pulls Cyrus down. Whispers, I think it's like chainmail, but for the ship that's like psionic.
Why didn't he just say that?
Volgir probably nudges Barros and just goes, "It's good to know our engineering team understand what's going on with the ship and know the ship very well."
That's why we put the Derv there.
We should have brought him.
Right. Essentially, we're looking to concentrate that technology into a singular room, and basically amp it up so that an individual who is in the room would basically be completely cut off from all psionic energy or like incoming waves.
But it's gonna be weird, maybe more medical, but could you almost make it so it's cover someone like epidermis, like
a magic hat.
Or a suit.
Epidermis, probably not. Again, like I say, the reason why something fairly static, like a ship, works well is because the walls and things generally don't move very often. The lattice, once it is set, it can't move. It can move relative to itself, but it is transfixed.
stretchy.
If you put it over someone's chest, if they breathed, they would disrupt it. And because it is a psionic thing, it would not stop them from breathing, but it would leave them partially exposed.
What
Your
about, like a helmet?
helmet is closer if you had a fixed helmet. However, no helmet is perfectly all the way around. That would be a severed head. If that was the case, the only perfectly around thing that encapsulates the mind is
I mean,
a skull. And they do not tend to move very much. I can't say it's
Also, I'm
something I
not-
haven't considered, but also sounds incredibly dangerous.
I'm also not 100% sure she has one. Didn't sit in on the dissection.
I
So
don't follow.
a room would be the easiest way to kind of maneuver
Plus-
this problem.
The faster we can get a room, then we can kind of work from that point onwards.
Yes, I mean, we can create a room. You already have it on your vessel. That's as strong as our testing has taken it. We've never been 100% successful. There's already a chance it can fail. Due to just limitations in technology. It's just not, we can't guarantee 100% uptime. Sometimes something restarts or there's an error or things like that.
But if it's already on the vessel, then it wasn't working, right?
I don't think it was not working. We weren't on the vessel whenever last time she had like a breach.
Yeah, but she could still
So-
hear voices on our vessel, right?
But they couldn't influence her?
She did allude that they were like echoes and stuff.
So it would protect us from outside the ship, not necessarily
Inside.
inside.
Yes. Yes, if something that could transmit was beyond the barrier, then yes, problem. It's only on the external walls. Same way if you suffered quite severe hull damage, but I imagine that would be a bigger problem. The lattice would probably be ruptured in the areas where the basic containment had been breached.
Probably worth trying to double up into a room, though, right? One barrier, 2 barriers is better.
A room and something wearable ideally. I know it has to be fixed, but there's some way.
Well, I believe you have an onboard research and engineering team. We can provide you with the micron quantum electrons and the basics. They're more than welcome to try their hand. It will require quite a sufficient amount of your ship's power is already being routed to the original lattice. It will require more to be routed. You may need to route it from a different system.
We put Nendir in one of those hamster bowls.
Tell you right now, for logistical sake, if you would like to reinforce a room with double the psionic lattice, the psionic lattice already gives advantage on all like saving throws against like sonic intrusion, saves against charms, against fear, things like that. If you would like to like have a room that is like double down, I will say that it gives a +10 to those saving throws if someone is within that room and it is sealed. If your research team do manage to get this working, they will still have to spend time working on it and putting it together. However, there will be a debuff to an existing system, such as weapons, such as shields, or movement. Something along those lines will probably lose power to make up for this, edit to the ship's config.
Even
Just
we could,
mid-battle, just... Why are they hitting us? The ship's adapt. The shield's adapt. But the psionic dampener's still going.
if we can take those,
Well, that might be a good thing if the enemy is on the ship.
Yeah.
if we,
Yeah,
if we
it would
can take
mean that if
those
something like a
photons-
mind flayer got on board your ship and the elder brain they're connected to was not on board your ship, that would probably not make things very easy for them. Unless they had something like a mind witness that then they would have a local area network,
if we took those microneutron things and gave them to our research team,
Microelectrons.
microelectrons, see what they're able to get from it.
Can we just turn the adjacent room into a powerhouse? So it just feeds that room on its own.
You could maybe sacrifice space. You can maybe look at that. You would need fuel for that, like mana coils and stuff.
I just have to ask, to what end do we wish? Are we just hoping that we can completely cut off Nightmare from any influence, or just to stop her hearing the voices?
I mean, as
I
long
mean,
as she doesn't blast
is
me
that
in
the
the face
goal?
again.
Because if the ship already has one, then maybe we can put that research into maybe working a little bit, focusing a little bit our attention elsewhere, like the captain, or finding a way to kind of block communication from the.
I was just trying to get her to a point where it was safe for the. Where it was
I
safe
don't-
for us to
don't-
be around.
I don't think that's going to be not a long-term possibility.
You forgive my intrusion, but it sounds to me like you maybe have a person who has been affected by some kind of psionic influence.
You could say that.
Maybe.
Well, if you only need the one person, you're more than welcome to attempt to put the lattice directly on their skull.
I don't think that's a good idea.
How would you do that?
It would require.
No, we're not cutting. We're not doing that.
We need to hear, because it may not involve cutting. You're assuming it makes cutting. Let's hear
It
what.
will definitely involve
Surgery
cutting.
always involves cutting.
It will involve effectively to lay the lattice. We would need to.
Skin her.
Not necessarily, but we would need a direct point of contact in the skull along the grid. So it would probably be a series of lines cut in. Incisions.
No, we're not. No.
Would general anesthetic work on her?
But before you make the decision, Atlas, why don't we ask Nindit as well? Because, as you rightly said before, she is her own person. She can make her own decisions as well. It's not like we're threatening to kill her. We're giving her an option for surgery.
That
Which
might
any-
kill her.
It would be no different than when you were asked if you wanted your lungs replaced.
Risk and reward.
Yes.
But
I
she
was told that I
can
had to
still-
replace my lungs or be imprisoned for the rest of my life. I didn't appreciate having to make that decision, and I don't want to force someone else into it too.
No offense, but
No,
it sounds
but
like
when-
my decision is get a surgery or be imprisoned in a room for the rest of my life.
We will find a different fix. This is one scientist, one lot of research.
Oh, so you're the one. He looks over towards the dragonborn. I did think you were strange traveling with a dragon.
You have no idea, buddy.
It's what we do. Making friends wherever we go.
Well, I can document a few
I'll-
research papers and leave them with you. You should have a team on a ship of that size, more than capable of carrying these plans to fruition, or maybe even working more on them. But I doubt they'll get any further than my team.
I'll just look at Nindir and just go, would you be interested or not?
If it was the if it was the only option, yes, I suppose I'd have to be.
There will be other options.
And
We will
would
find
you-
other options.
And would you say no, knowing that there may not be another option? However, we could still look.
It doesn't sound like I have to make this decision right now. He said that he could give
Well,
us the
you can read.
things.
You can read some. Make yourself educated on the decision.
If there was no other option, I would probably take this one. It's preferable than being effectively trapped on board the ship. At least I can maybe leave the med bay now that I'm, up and walking again, we could say. And my appearance would alarm anyone if they see me in need of medical attention as much. Maybe that won't be so bad. Like the med bay was getting terribly boring. And to answer your question, Owlin, Dragonborn do have skulls. I know they look quite hard on the outside. They're not exoskeletons. They have an internal skeletal system.
Thank you for that.
You're welcome. You seemed unsure. You also have one, if that comforts you.
I know. I've seen it.
Maybe
Oh.
for now, if you have like a test tube or something of the microelectrons, we can.
Yes, I can get a little sample. Would you like enough for a room, just in case you go for the room option? That will take a little bit of time for us to source. We probably need to send out a few drones to harvest that. But I would have enough for a small isolated batch, probably in experimentation lab 5.
Astro look towards Barros.
We have a few hours before we have to get traveling again.
Okay.
We could probably do that if we get it out quickly. Phyllis, get research team Yankee and put together a little task force. Quick collection. We would need 455,000 millibytes of the microcontroller electrons, please. Yes, sir. Heard. And they go over and they sort of they open up a couple laptops, start typing through, and you hear there's a big whirring noise coming from down one of the corridors. And you hear depressurize the bloody airlock before we get sucked out again, and then silence rings out, and then you see taking off. You just see so when you looked at the dome, you can kind of see across the planet's surface, and 3 of these satellite dishes that are just set into the set planet surface, looking up, just take off on these huge big not quadcopters or octocopters, huge big spinning discs that as they spin faster and faster and faster, you see they've got these big little jet engines below them, and they they just fly straight up all in unison. That will take us probably a few hours.
Volgir's head is just turned, just watching that.
Right. Volgir, do we want to maybe hand over the communication device we found on the ship? Maybe these guys have better resources to understand it.
Maybe
Break it
before
down.
you do that, we should leave with Nandir, though.
Mm-hmm.
Before you
But
get that
Get
thing
on the
out.
other side of the ship, yeah.
all right.
Okay, I'll head back to the main ship. Thank you for your help. Very welcome, young dragon.
Players
will-
will escort.
Alice will leave with her, and as she look away, she's like, I think you need to pick a different color. I think you're making people suspicious.
What are you talking about? He didn't seem suspicious at all. Did he?
Yes.
Did Dragonborn not come in purple?
I don't think it's a color people are used to seeing.
I don't think anyone chooses seeing a
think we-
Dragonborn. We're in the amalgamate space.
I think we need to get you another hat.
Well, it's better than nothing.
Better than nothing, but we could do better.
We're going to be leaving amalgamate space soon anyway. It's fine. We're in a school.
Yeah, I mean, in school you'll stick out, but so will everyone who's not, upper.
Exactly. Be fine.
I think looking normal on the majority of school is the weird thing.
You don't like the
Only
color
if
I
you
picked,
leave the
Atlas. You could just tell me.
towns.
I could. What color you prefer?
Yeah, well, we're probably going to go to not the towns because we have to stop the smoke or whatever the Illithid are doing with it.
It's funny to think I'm gonna see it again. Like that.
Yeah, we still need to fix that. And we still have that thing on the ship from the gnomes.
I don't think it'll ever be the same.
Iris, make me an intelligence check.
Why?
No reason.
If you're trying to read my thoughts, I'm blocking it with my ring.
Make the check, Cyrus.
I thought that was just gonna be make the check, bitch.
10. It's a 10.
You think of like that, and you're like, you know what you kind of talked about. If the Illithid are trying to use the smog for something, and you guys have a way to stop the smog.
Yeah, but it wasn't that to do with going to the gnome ship and stealing that ship and using it to fix the smog.
Potentially.
I can't remember what we needed to do though.
He'll plant that little nugget, put a pin in that. I need to talk to the captain later.
I mean, it's crazy, isn't it? Like, I hope everyone's okay.
I'm sure that they are.
I'm
And
kind
we'll
of
get there
just
and-
accepting they're not. Like, I already made my peace with never seeing them again. So I'm telling myself that I'm never going to see them again until I see them again, you know?
You mean when you got blipped through time?
Yeah. I didn't think I was ever coming back. Figured my parents wouldn't exist for a long time, so I definitely wasn't going to be around to see them. And if they existed, and then I existed, and then I got blipped back in time, and then it all gets a little bit confusing. I kind of accepted everyone was gone, you know? Made my peace with it.
Well,
Not at
count
first.
lucky stars. No, I imagine not.
I did try to get back.
I know.
I didn't want to leave you guys behind. Or ahead, I suppose.
It did scare us all. You just vanished.
It's funny to think that it was only a few seconds for you. Because the first couple years I was so mad that I hadn't tried to come back and help. I figured, you know, I was trying so hard to reach you. Maybe you guys together would have reached me first. And after a couple of years, I kind of realized that I didn't have the technology that I needed. It definitely didn't exist back then, and maybe it existed, or you guys were. So then I just kind of waited.
Here's the thing. If you had of... Let's say that the times moved linear to each other. If you had been gone for, let's say, a week, from our perspective, we wouldn't have made it out of Saparna's vessel alive.
Oh, I know. I took
Because-
Saparna with me, so...
You took her with you, and we were trying to piece the other pieces together. They wouldn't have got along. We probably would have died, and we would have become a Lithid. To some extent.
That's what I figured in the end. That you had
See-
died on that ship.
We're all still processing the difference in time experienced. And I think you have to forgive us for not fully grasping it. It's
No,
hard to wrap your head around.
I get it. Trust me, I'm back here. It's hard to wrap my head around. I mean, you went to hell, right? You were only dead for less than a day. I mean, hell, I started that ritual pretty much the second your head went, so maybe an hour? Unless the creature killing you, so then maybe a day? Did it feel like a day?
No.
Is it hard being back now? With no time having passed?
Being here
Feeling
is
like you're
far...
a different person?
being here is far easier than what that was. It was basically just endless pain and struggle and promises of good things if you keep trying, and you try and you feel, and that's the design. You're not meant to succeed, or if you do, you're one of the very few in tens of thousands.
Kind of sounds like here.
Yeah, but here there is still hope. And that's a very hard concept to hold on to there. There was a part of me that wanted to stay. I thought maybe if I could, you start to believe what they tell you. Keep fighting, and you'll ascend, and you'll become this stronger being, but you have to get to the next stage first. And a small part of you starts to believe that.
I mean, I guess if that's the only way you have out, the only chance you have at a better life, do it, right? What else can you do?
Well, you have no idea how relieved I was when I started to hear everyone's voices.
You have no idea how relieved I was. The first time I did a resurrection, it didn't work. That was
I'm
worse.
glad you got better.
I don't know what I did wrong. I don't know if I did anything wrong. They were convinced that I had. There was a pretty bad argument about it, and it made up, but...
If you don't mind telling me, how did the other person die?
Ships were experimental back then. I mean, they barely got off worlds a lot of the time. But she was so desperate to explore, like I told her, and had this big idea that we were going to be a ship crew together. And we crashed. Not immediately. I flew pretty well for a little bit, but it went into a failure and we couldn't fix it, and we could all fly. She could fly. We were all bird folk. But one of us wasn't, and she helped him, and he survived, and she didn't. She was like that. That kind of person.
Do you think she had any unfinished business?
Wanted to see the world and write a million songs about it. She never did. Well, she wrote a million songs, but I don't know. I suggested maybe she just didn't want to come back, but nobody really wanted to believe that. They didn't think that leave us. They thought I must have done something wrong, and I didn't know if I had, or I don't know. Doesn't matter now. They're all gone. All been gone for decades, millennia.
Fucking time travel.
She was called Lyric. She was really nice.
Was the songwriting thing intentional, or did it just work out that way?
She picked it. She wouldn't tell us her proper name. Lyric was a stage name, but it was all she wanted to be known by.
Mysterious.
She tried to be, but she loved to talk too much. I think her proper name is the only thing we didn't know about her. Everything else, right down to the cut on her foot, was when she stepped on a stone when she was 3. They were a good bunch of people. Not
Sounds like they were.
sane in any capacity, but adventurers never are. I wonder if they kept going. Wonder if I was the one who kept them going. Annoying, you know? You don't know. I'll never know.
Well, maybe if we're passing through any cities, we could look at history records, see if there's any mention of them.
Maybe.
If
They'd
and
have to
when
do
we have
something
time.
pretty excellent to last that long in history. Or something pretty awful, I guess. They wouldn't. Most of them wouldn't. Would they? No. Severa, maybe? Severa had some pretty wild ideas, but the rest of them, no.
You need a balanced party. Not everybody can be a goody two shoes.
Severa was brilliant. She was a wizard, and she wanted to learn how to change reality itself. Funny. She didn't try to be funny, but she was funny anyway.
Funny in an unironic, not trying to be funny kind of way.
Yeah. Like, she was so smart. She was so smart, but she would just say things to people without a single thought in her head. Like, she just said it how she saw it. It always got us into trouble. And Lyric would have to run in there and start, charming everyone. And
I never understood that, why people get so upset when you call a spade a spade. Like, you're just calling it what it is, and then they get affronted by it.
I guess some people don't want to know that a spade is a spade.
Some people are stupid.
Yeah, see, that was Severa. That's what she would have said. She would have said that to their face, that they were being stupid. And people don't like that. They don't like it when you call them stupid.
Well, then they shouldn't be stupid.
You would have got on well. But she would have called you stupid as well, I guess. When she found out Russell couldn't read, she was horrified. It's all we heard about for weeks. Weeks. She wasn't trying to teach him, just complaining that he didn't know how.
I feel like Cyrus and Atlas continue this
Yeah.
conversation as they head back to the ship, because
So the
I've
rest of
become
people
aware
can
of
play D&D.
I've become aware of how. Yeah.
I did, at one point there, I just wanted to just like cut in, just go, it's not a spade, it's a shovel.
I was
have
mad you
your
were calling it a spade because it was a shovel. A spade has a wider point.
Just letting you have your moment.
A spade is useless.
While that's happening, who has stayed behind? What are you doing?
There are some Volunteer, I assume. I don't know where Astra is.
I think Astra is staying behind because I imagine she probably asked for like a little test tube or like just a small sample for the research team to like play with.
They don't give you a test tube. They give you what appears to be like this. The best way to describe it is like, you know how like some fancy like bottles like come in like a cardboard box? It's like that kind of dimension. So it's a bit more, it's not like a big bricky thing. It's a bit more like long, narrow, solid black metal with handles on each end and just like yellow, like hazard, like lines across the whole thing. Like, there you go.
Astra's probably think it's going to be like a little thing. It's like,
Astra,
oh,
what's your strength score?
God. 14.
Okay, this thing weighs about 100 kilo. They just like two guys come over, like there you go, like hand it off to you, and you just boom, like hit the ground. It's like holy shit, like that's heavy. Like, and it's only maybe about that big. Like it's not, like, it's concentrated.
Yeah. She was like, a Volgear?
Yeah.
Can you help? Please.
Can I try lifting it?
Yeah, what's your strength score?
19.
19. You come over. Ooh, well, like it kind of like initial like way, like to get it like off the ground initially pretty bad, but once you get like, you know, up on like, you know, your either shoulder or like on your hip, you know, you're fine. You feel like you can hold this for a good while.
Yeah. He'll probably hold it here and just do a couple squats. I was looking for a good piece of weight for a bit of exercise. So that'll do me well.
You see the two like biggest burliest scientists who were there for carrying it, like they just both look so emasculated. Like immediately they're like, as Morgan probably built like one arm, like maybe two to get it started, then he transfers it to one. They're like, oh.
Don't worry, I've you need.
He's a cheat. He's got magical gloves.
You just hear Cyrus down the corridor.
He's busy talking about spades.
Yeah,
And you
maybe.
just vulgar, telepathically shouting, "It's a shovel!"
Yeah, maybe I can figure something out. Maybe like a
Is it big
temporary
and-
thing. I don't know.
Is it small enough I can put it in the bag of holding? Are we saying it's just too big for that?
Too heavy.
Is it more sack of holding level at this point?
It would take up just over half the capacity of a bag of holding. So what's the capacity of it like? It's about 220 pounds.
What have I got in it basically at the moment?
It's like the weight of a pretty substantial person. You know, it's like 100 kilo.
I mean, there's a pretty good amount in there. There's it. To be fair, I am at less than half of the total pounds allowed.
This is 220 pounds. So as long as you've got 220 spare.
Oh yeah, I've got it. Literally, I've got about 50 pounds left, but just about does it. So
you
I will
drop it in. No risk of it ripping. Remember, if
I
you
will,
overload the bag, it rips and just goes to a random point in space.
Now, my question is, would I actually know to the exact pound, or am I just kind of guessing?
You could probably do the math. Like, I'm not gonna be like, oh, well, here you go. Like, but obviously, you probably don't really care whenever you're like just throwing a few little bits and pieces here and there. But you would know, like, you keep like a mental track of how much is in the bag, and you know when you're getting close enough, you're like, okay, this is probably a bit risky. You know, like, you know. You're there, like, did I throw sweet wrappers in the bag, or did I bin those?
I'll
hand
tell you
in,
why
think of sweet
I've got
wrappers.
I know why I've got so much shit in the bag of holding. Apparently, I have 3 different types of rations because when we swapped to the 2024 rules, it duplicated my rations.
Oh, dope. It wasn't all the fucking like meat.
No, there's one that's the legacy, and then there's one that's the actual regular.
It's probably from your new kit because we don't really rations very often for you guys. You kind of just take this for granted that your ship has sustenance to keep you guys going, which is fair.
And also the still cylinders take up 100 pounds almost.
Oh yeah, they're heavy. How are you getting on with those? Are you done?
I need to add the last session because I assume whenever we stop, unless I'm doing something like now, I add like 4 hours.
That's fair. You probably even add up you can do 8 hours of downtime activity a day, as long as you don't have anything ever pressing to do.
Well, I'm at 623, adding 4 hours every time we've stopped, so I'm probably a bit further along than that. But
Hey, you're starting to piece it together.
I feel like I'm definitely part. Wait, what? It's 16. It's 1,600 hours anyway.
I cannot remember, dude. I gave these to you like in the first, I want to say 10, 20 sessions. We're on session 126. If you remember some bullshit cylinder magic gun.
This was a gag, and it's gone on for too long.
I am just over 3/4 of the way through the second one out of 7.
Yep.
I may get there eventually.
You'll probably get there by level 20. It's gonna be worth it.
Harry's just like, it's a big gag. It'll be like, you get one
You
use
learn the secret of a basic potion of healing. You can make them at half the recipe cost.
However, suddenly you gain disadvantage on finding the materials at all times.
It's some like ancient people's like recipe for a face mask.
Or you just like you learn.
So, see, to be fair,
you
like,
learn
not the intention, but how dope would it be if it was that, but it made you actually biologically decrease your age? Like, that would be pretty fucking cool. It's not that. That'd be cool.
You learn
Just
an
the seven-
ancient language, but only the spoken variant of it, and it's not spoken anymore.
So he would definitely only learn the written version of it.
No, you only learn the
Yeah.
spoken version, and it's not spoken anymore.
It's when I get to the end, and it's like you learn, like after doing all this research, you learn how to regress Illithid back to their natural form, just as we learn how to do that via scientific means.
You learned the wish spell. Wish for whatever.
You get one use of the wish spell. However, it has a lot of.
I have multiple
You just
things
wish
I've
that
placed.
you'd never picked up these cylinders.
Wish to have the
I have
1600 hours
multiple
back.
things in my world that will grant people one use of the wish spell, and not all of them tell you that you have that.
He finishes reading
So it's
it,
just like,
and
whenever
before-
someone next says, I wish, shit's gonna go down.
He finishes reading it, and before he finishes like understanding, he's like, God, I wish that didn't take so long. And he makes like a bite-sized version that only takes like 2 days to read, and he's like, No! No!
It's very much the Lucius, I wish I was a birdie. And it's like, I'm sorry, what was that? Like,
Just, I wish this didn't take so long. Just suddenly goes to like vocal snap cards that you had for uni doing your dissertation. Just like, boom, there you go, sorted. Like 4 bullet points.
like when they spoiled a D&D episode for Ryan that was from about 6 years ago or something daft at this point.
It's okay, I'm making my way very, very, very slowly through them. I'll forget by the time I get there.
That makes me. Every time I think the wish spell, like, that just like goes off of my head.
Hard coded in my mind. It's so good.
Yeah.
What am I missing?
It's I don't want to go into it because Ryan is maybe gonna forget it, so I'll go into a different time.
Yeah.
Okay.
But anyway, yes. So, what do you guys want to give? These guys. So after taking the supplies, put it in the bag of holding. You guys want to give them something, or
Giving them the transmitter thing, no?
yeah?
Okay, yeah.
A big snack.
Right.
The crystal.
So we were on an Illithid ship. I don't know if you've been informed of kind of the Illithid at all. It was kind of spoken. about the
we have a
amalgam.
hard time receiving signals out here. Not something we're super clued in on. Most news we tend to get from the people who bring our food and things like that. They've not been by in about 3 weeks, 4 weeks.
Okay, so the Illithid are the super race that exists to
A super race.
essentially exterminate or convert, more likely, the entire population of the amalgamate and beyond, and all of the expanse in the destruction of another ancient race called the Slad. They are very much psionically inclined by nature, probably far beyond anyone's capabilities or understandings. Their technology is pretty advanced and ancient. They communicate via these crystals, and they are essentially expansal communication. They can communicate instantly with no delay, and they can project locations and coordinates. Essentially, if someone was to use this, it would basically give their location, and hundreds of ships would turn up and basically destroy whatever was the danger. We're hoping that maybe
you mentioned they're declaring war on the Slard. Is that correct? Or what are the Slard? And what are the Illithid? What? You're saying words. I just can't grasp the concept. Sorry, it's quite difficult to understand what you're saying without any description.
Okay, the Illithid are a ancient squid race.
Humanoid squid people.
Oh, like precursor.
Do you know what the precursor is?
Well, yes, there's been many studies into it.
They essentially are the precursor.
Oh. Like the people who maybe built the Omphalos. We have plenty of theories about it, but no one actually locked in. They have a few strange things knocked around. There was a research station I was briefly stationed at over in Idjafal. The next station, a couple of stations over, in the Carius Nebula, near Kemnor, the Elven homeworld.
Yes.
Yeah, we found something there, something strange. Unfortunately, I got promoted and I got moved before we could work out exactly the full inner workings. But definitely nothing. What was it you described them as? Old, ancient? This was maybe old and ancient. We weren't really sure. It was like an old containment facility, maybe?
The layman terms of their entire existence is that, and this is just, you're going to think we're fucking batshit insane.
No,
but
I'm a scientist. I hear batshit insane all the time.
Our entire existence is a giant loop that basically starts with the Illithid and the Slad and ends with the Illithid and the Slad, and everything, all existence, the gods, everything in between is essentially just the excess from their war.
Holy shit. And the Slad are also precursor? By your description, yes.
They're a parasitic race.
Oh, interesting.
They basically infect and convert in kind of on that. They use the way that I understand it. They use the body of a humanoid to essentially as a nest for their young. Then they burst out and turn into
like a parasite with its larvae.
Yes, revolting indeed.
They're kind of, they look like giant frogs. It's a bit weird to kind
like
of
pustulous frogs.
Like but not quite frog-like. Almost like how on their back they have these big ridges, like sharp ridges, almost like a lizard, right?
Yes.
I've seen one of those.
Where?
At the research center in Idjafal.
A containment facility.
Yes, the language we didn't really understand, but we were looking into it to understand what it was and how to make the system work. But it was clearly containing something, and this thing, it was suspended in liquid, and we were trying to work out a way to safely, almost like cryonic freezing, but in a liquid form, and we were trying to work out a way to safely extract it, and maybe we could learn from it, or autopsy it, or resuscitate it if possible. We knew it was old, we thought maybe it was precursor.
In our experience, it would be incredibly destructive to try and revive one of these Slad. Their entire existence is to destroy.
Oh. Hang on. I have something on this. Hold on. Give me a minute. And they start swiping through. Yes. There was a phrase repeated a lot. And I couldn't make much sense of it, but here, and they write it down on a bit of paper, and it's like this very crude, kind of like, almost like as if you'd watch someone writing like traditional Chinese like language for the first time. Like it's quite crude, not clean lines and like that, but completely alien to you guys. It's like a lot of circles, like lines connecting through it. Think like Gallifreyan almost, of that, like like connecting like symbols, and like he quickly scribbles it down. If you could find a way to work out what it says, we will help you. But that was one of the most common repeated things. We were trying to decipher it. We thought maybe it was like you know how when you try to decipher any code, you look for common words, things like, like connecting words, things like that that might be said a lot. We thought maybe that was it. But I don't know.
Olger, you're pretty good with languages. Can you decipher this?
Meanwhile, while you're talking, he's already like thinking and tapping away at this whole strap checking some things at the same time.
Yeah, Astra is also there, like equivalent of a little squirrel going around her head, spinning the wheel. This might be a long shot, but there's always one that gets away.
Always one.
And this one's frozen.
I assume the containment facility is tucked deep away, far away from kind of any kind of interruptions.
It
Not
was
far away
on
enough if people can find it.
It was actually on an old satellite station. It was hidden. Scouting ship picked it up on its radar but couldn't see anything. They thought it was a cloaked vessel, maybe an old one that we on new radar detection had picked up, and I guess it was, in a sense, just very fucking old. Very, very old indeed. Similar technology to that on the on Palos. Funny that after I was transferred there initially, I was transferred here pretty quick after.
I wonder why.
I don't know. My team would still all be there. Can't say I've had any contact with them out here, though. It's hard to get contact from anyone, like I said.
I'll specifically turn to kind of Astra and Volga. What happens if they kill all the Slad?
Doesn't it end? Because the whole
You must
point of
break
this
the
is that
cycle
he won't
today,
always
or it will
get
repeat
away.
tomorrow.
The cycle breaks? Surely that's what I suppose what we're meant to... I don't... But we don't know for certain that is the one. Like, it could just be random specimen they're torturing, trying to figure out a way to combat the Slad.
I mean, if you're saying we're stuck in some kind of loop and they're in this endless war, right? They're looking for a scientific variable. An anomaly. Something that changes the research and changes the outcome. That's what every good scientist is looking for. They're running an experiment over and over again with slightly tweaked parameters to see if the variable occurs and gives the desired outcome.
The outcome is eventually that Slad wakes up.
Or doesn't.
Eventually, something happens for that Slad to get released. Was it sheer happenstance that you found it?
Well, it was a scout ship discovered it. Whenever we got there, it looked, by all intents and purposes, looked like a moon. Just a simple, small, dwarf moon. You would have flown past it 1,000 times and never known. I mean, the elves did. Millions of times, probably. A driftball is right next to Chemnor. They must have at least, like the humans. The humans have already, colonized quite heavily the neighboring planets. I imagine that the elves would have done the same, but Ajifal is a fucking rock in the middle of bumfuck nowhere in the grand scheme of things compared to Kemnor. So they went further afield, they went wider, and they helped find the Umphalos pretty quick. Closest to them, anyway. In my family, if you track us back far enough, we're from Lash.
Oh, same.
Yeah, good Feywild.
Yeah. A moon of the Feywild, technically, I suppose.
Yeah, more like an asteroid belt. We could see Edgefall. We couldn't see the moons. The moons are tiny, but we could see that when I was growing up. If I was there, I was born in space.
You know who's talked about variables before.
We've got to go have a conversation with a god.
Sorry? Yeah. I thought you said the gods were fake, made up by the elephant. My atheism was so assured when you said that. I was put at such ease.
Oh.
Wrong.
Yeah, the gods are real.
Okay, well now sound like most other people who say that.
More like a small G, though, I think.
Yeah.
Okay, are they gods or just strong people then?
Oh, they're
No,
still
definitely a god.
gods. They're just yeah.
They're
Anyways.
precursor creations.
Fair
Unless
enough.
someone turns them fucking mortal. I'm not here, but neither is Cyrus, so
Rude, not my fault. Chaos in my
Right,
body, now in hers.
To Parna just being able to sense whenever the gods are being discussed, yelling that across the ship.
To be honest, I think maybe giving you the crystal would be, in hindsight, a greater danger to you in this station than it's worth. If you were to activate it at all and inform the Liffid of your location, there's a good chance that they would come and destroy you.
From what the conversation we've had, it's safe in this ship, but also not safe in the ship at the same time. It's safe if it stays where it currently is, because it's within that mesh shield.
If it's
Do you mean that?
if it's within your vessel, there's a shield protecting that kind of communication and that beyond it. Yes. I
Well,
notice you have an
technically it's not in
extraplanar
this
bag.
plane. It's technically not in this plane at the moment.
Oh, so but like I say, I notice you have an extraplanar bag. Yes, that's
Yeah.
So it's actually technically right now somewhere in the Expanse. We just don't know where it is. It's in deep space.
Yes.
That's where all those things are. Anything you put in that bag goes to deep space. Just an isolated pocket somewhere in deep space. Who's going to find that in a billion years? No one. That's why it's so brilliant. Everything is somewhere. It's not just nowhere. That would be impossible.
So I put this crystal in the bag, and then there's just this crystal has popped up in deep space, and suddenly a load of illithid ships are now going, hello.
It's even funnier if you imagine every time you put it in, it goes to a different bit of deep space, so they've just reached it, and then you pull it out for some reason, and they're like, mother.
The bag
No.
would always be
Two
bound to the same location. But
No, just
yes,
have two bags. One, take
Switch,
it out of
switch,
one, put it in
switch,
the other.
switch.
Switch it
Get
every couple
fucked,
days.
Illithid.
the same thing, by the same logic, is happened to the Captain Windrider's soul.
His soul in a different spot.
Somewhere in the Expanse.
We need
That's
to figure out where
there
the
is no
bag's
astral
linked to.
plane. If
Put
you
the
think
captain in the bag.
in,
Put the captain in the bag.
in this world, there is no astral plane. It is the Expanse. That is the astral plane. That is what it is. You traverse it to get to different planets, different planes of existence.
Now, knowing, so is this said that obviously the bag is linked to somewhere in deep space?
That's
Is
what
that
they say.
said?
Yep, that they physically say that.
I will look at Beros and go, I think we need more bags. Because that thing's like a homing beacon.
I think we need to get that bag on the ship.
Well, it doesn't
I
matter
get
if
the
it's in the
crystal on
ship
the
or
ship.
not. Because if we take the crystal out of the bag, it's going to affect one of our friends, and if we if we don't take it out of the bag, it's like a homing beacon to deep space.
Maybe we could. Maybe
Well,
we
if someone
can use
managed to
stuff
reach
make,
that
like,
homing
little
beacon, they would
pots.
have access to everything you got in that little bag of yours, in theory. If they knew where it was. They could even, in theory, put things in there, potentially. I can't say I've ever tried, but in theory, you could take, could put.
Reaches into his bag, pulls out Illithid head.
Is that what you think? Do you
No.
think? Do you think that?
No.
Okay.
He doesn't. He'll
Do
probably look
it.
at it and go,
Do
never thinking of
it.
that.
Okay, so maybe.
Now, my question would be, if I put my hand in, could they attack me from the other side?
Only your hand.
Just spike through hand, trying to eat brain from
It'd be
hand.
more like that scene in National Treasure where like Nicolas Cage puts his hand into the rock. It's like, oh god, ah!" and then like pulls it. It's fine.
It would be funny if you put your hand in and pulled it out and there was no hand there, and then you have to put your other hand in and think like, my hand, my hand.
Just pulls out severed hand. Wrong hand. Next one.
Maybe we can use the sample that they give us to make a container of some kind and put the crystal in it.
I think we do need to put it in a container.
We could destroy it.
Do we
Okay,
want to destroy it? Is
Would
it
that
the
give them a
risk?
major migraine or something?
It's more if we destroy it, then
Wait, but it's hard.
we cut them off.
It would be a valuable thing to research. However, if we put it in the ship, it's going to affect someone without the proper precautions.
Have you got a
Either-
way of safely destroying high carbon fucking crystallized items?
Oh, we do.
I don't like how he said
You're
that.
Maybe-
too excited by that.
Maybe we can save the remnants and figure out something.
But is it going to know?
I
that
would rather have this thing destroyed. We know of its existence, we know what it does, and we know essentially kind of what it's capable of. I don't think right now we have any use for it to essentially act as a homing beacon unless we were going to direct war.
And
Would
how-
it be helpful if we're going to destroy it anyway to know if we have the ability to destroy it? Because if we see these in other ships, it would be good to destroy it.
I
Wait,
was
you
going to
mean just
suggest
like-
you put it in the collider. That thing obliterates shit.
I'm assuming the node crystal is a fixed shape.
You got back here, Cyrus? You came all the way back from the ship?
No, this
I think
is
you're starting
Ryan
to come with
asking.
shovels.
Because this is Ryan asking, is the node a fixed shape?
It is asymmetrical.
Which means we could just put it in a box from the weave, but I'm not here to suggest that, and everyone's like, destroy it, and I'm like, but what if it's useful?
already
They
suggested
did suggest
that.
containment.
Note in a
Yeah.
box.
No, I didn't.
Put it in a box.
Note in a box.
So either box or destroying it. I think that's our two options. I'm here for destroying it.
It's like Schrodinger's cat.
I cannot think of a way
Schrodinger's
that
node.
this would be useful right now, and if anything, it is posing an ever looming danger to us. Because if that thing ever gets out or comes back and pings our location to the entire Lifid army, Widow's gut is dead.
I don't need a home and bacon.
So the other thing
I would
to think
let
here is
Volgir
if
and
we-
Baros make an intelligence check.
Oh God.
Add your proficiency bonus to this.
Oh. Intelligence. 15. Oh, no. 17.
I got a natural 20 for 24.
Volgir, you can't think of anything in this moment and you're all heated. Baros,
Mhm.
if you were in the middle of star shifting and you had this thing in your airlock and you jettisoned the airlock, it would be deposited in a random spot along your trail. Like, just in deep space, just dumped. And by the time anyone got to that, you would be very far away very quickly. Unless they were already close by. If you wanted a quick way to guarantee, like, ditch it and not be found near it kind of thing.
The alternative here is we buy another bag of holding. I move all my shit out of the bag of holding. We rip the bag of holding. It's gone.
Yeah, we could destroy the bag of holding. I mean, right now we don't have time to go shopping for another bag of holding. Unless...
Doesn't someone else?
Unless you guys have just spare bags of holding kind of just laying around.
I mean, I'm more than happy to take everything out of my bag of holding and stick it in my room temporarily.
It's just as easier. It's just as easy to let them get trigger happy with the glider, surely.
Yeah.
I mean, it's been in there for a little while now. If it was found, then they're already there. So if we destroy it, then they've already got it. If not, then it will still take them some time to find it. So I think the best way is to leave it where it is, abandon it. Obviously, we'll try and reimburse you for the bag of holding here.
I mean, I'm thinking it might be worth us having multiple bags of holding on the go, just in case we find more of these. Throw it in it, destroy the bag of holding.
Well, the same function would be if we were to jettison it out while shifting. It would just end up in a random part of...
Volgir will get very curious, and he will put his hand in the bag of holding, not thinking of anything.
Okay, put the bag in. Sure.
Just to see if something happens.
You put it in.
And then he will just suddenly start screaming for no reason at the top of his lungs.
What is wrong with your friend?
I saw this coming from a mile away.
God damn it.
Nothing, he's playing a practical joke.
I mean, Aster's passive insight is 19. I feel like she's just looking at you deadpan the same way I do with Ryan, so...
Ryan catching
I
strays.
almost hit on that one, so it would have been even more hilarious the fact that like the scream would be a laugh. If it was a nat one, it'd be more funny.
Right. So we've got what we need. We appreciate all the help that you've given us. You've given us a lot to think about.
Sorry, one more thing before we go. We got a syringe that I can have, medical grade.
I would need to speak to our doctors on site, but we should do.
Can I have one, Blues?
Let me put in a request.
Thank you.
What do you need a syringe for?
He will pull out the NeuroSeal vial that he's still got in his bag. Hey, it's got psychic resist on it.
The doctor
Just need
comes
a
up.
syringe.
They hand a little like plunger, a little syringe, like in a little bag, a little needle in the bag, and it's like,
I will
there
put
you
them
go,
all
by all
together.
means. Yep.
So I now have a syringe for the NeuroSeal vial. It's a calm emotions, but better than not having it. Might as well use it.
True.
Thank you. I will head back.
Right, you will head back to the Emerald Spear. Is there anything
I will
else you'd like to
start
do or
unloading.
discuss? You want to unload all your
I
shit?
am literally... Although, every book that comes out of this bag of holding, which there are plenty, because he has put every book that was in every ship he's ever been in, is stacked outside the door.
Sure.
Because he still doesn't believe that
maybe
she's
that's
not
where
going to
Jessa went. Maybe she went into one of the books and she just ended up in dead space.
Oh no.
Do you think that if she was in dead space at the time and he put her in a book, she would just suffocate? Or,
I assume
freeze to
that's
death?
kind of...
Why did you not
Volgir, I
suggest
can't
this
believe you
earlier?
murdered Jessel. What the hell?
I can't believe I didn't think of it earlier.
I mean, she was a bit crazy, but
We're all a
murder?
bit
Like,
crazy. Look at Cyrus.
Hey, you married me.
Exactly. You're crazy.
You're crazy too.
Yeah. So he'll unload his bag of holding. I will just, and then he'll just leave the spear in it, the crystal. Do we just rip it?
Sure. I don't see why not.
Ooh, can I do it?
I will say you
Always
don't
wanted to
need
destroy
to
a
just
magic item.
destroy it. Like, it's already in a random point in space, nothing around it right now.
Yeah, but what if something
Wait,
works
what
out
we
how to
could do
get
it-
through the bag?
Volgir,
Exactly.
just...
I know
think
what
that's
the
how
bag
bags
man
work.
is!
I don't think that's how bags work.
I don't even think Volgir's reached it by the time Astra's already lunged across the room, dagger in hand, just like...
No, Ash just does like, what if we rip it and something comes through? So Ash just not near it.
Yeah,
Beros will just take out a short sword and start, like, have Volga just hold it and start cutting it.
Volgir will immediately, the first time, trusting Beros, hold it in front of him, realize how hard he is going through this to the point where it's coming through the bag, and you go, like, holds it to the side next time.
I'm surprised you didn't just go, here, Cyrus, hold this.
Yeah.
Okay. As you stab this thing, just bag is destroyed, and it literally, like, as you stab it and cut it, you just watch as like it begins to tear and fray, and it literally just like pulls itself into itself, and it just disappears. As you puncture it, like it just like sucks off like mini black holes, sucks itself in. Do you think if there was any more force of that level of power, everybody risk it taking other things around it with it?
So I was really expecting Harry to say, you start tearing and a tentacle pops through the bag, and then
Right. We need to go find Saparna.
We need to go shopping is what we need to do. I need another bag.
What do you need Saparna for?
We found out some information from the scientist that there is a containment facility that the amalgamate found that contains a slud.
Oh, that's not good.
No, and we have a rousing theory that there is always one that survives, and
They might be
always...
locked away in a little containment somewhere.
Did you guys go up to, I assume you took Nendir back to the med bay?
For now, yeah, I should.
For now.
So you're all there?
Yeah, I believe that's where we would have went.
Sure.
Also, we need to, do our daily, fucking stop the captain from dying.
Stop the captain from dying and smart pig, dead pig.
Is that a daily thing or just a weekly thing?
I don't know, we
Whenever
haven't
she
given her
starts
a
getting
feeding
too
schedule.
hungry, I guess. She'll let us know whenever her brain starts to feel like the hungry.
She's eaten fairly recently.
Like, Nendir, whenever you start wanting to eat us and it's getting hard to resist, let us know.
That happens more often than you might think.
I'll take it as a point towards my intelligence.
I'll have.
That's why we have Sunshine guard her. Because there's just
I
nothing
have
in that
never-
brain.
I have never
Safe.
wished to be more stupid than I am right now.
I'll have someone intercom for Saparna to come up to the med bay.
Eventually, a changeling
Like, sat
comes
there like, God,
striding
I'm
through
so
the door.
hungry, and she looks at the Sunshine. She's like, God, I'm so
I do-
hungry.
I do like the fact we've got literally a captain's quarters to go have a chat with, and we always pick the med bay now.
I mean, we can go to the captain's quarters. We're
It's
allowed.
just funny.
Hello, everyone. Anyone
No.
hurt? No? No? Good. That's fine. What's going on?
Right. We thought we'd ask you a few questions to see if you knew anything. So there is a moon within the Chemnor system. Astra, can you remember the name of the moon?
Nope, I just remember it being potentially a squid operation system where they have a containment facility.
Okay, so some kind of illithid prison?
Yes. So there is a moon on within that
It's
system.
within the asteroid belt or something.
Sure.
It's a small dwarf.
I don't know anything about that really, so don't worry about trying to details. I'd be lost on me.
Okay. There is a containment facility that we believe to be abandoned by the illithid. And or
Strange.
lost to the illithid, and it contains it is now an amalgamate research facility that contains a living, albeit suspended, specimen of a slad that they are experimenting on daily to test the variables on how to get a reaction out of it.
And the amalgamate know about this?
They do, which is strange because they seem to want to deny kind of the very existence of the illithid. And surely if they dealt with the slad and an unknown entity before, it doesn't make sense that they put up so much resistance. Unless it is, of course, that the amalgamate does not know about it and instead there is some kind of inner circle.
We haven't told the amalgamate about the slad yet, have we? I think we tried to keep everything focused on the illithid, one problem at a time, sort of thing. Maybe
But surely they would make a connection to a ancient precursor race. That if they had one locked up away in a research facility, that someone would be smart enough to connect the dots.
Unless the illithid were keeping it under wraps. Within the amalgamate.
From my very basic understanding and what I've gathered, the Sundered, who you've tussled with a few times, they are kind of like a emergency system. They're only to be used, it seems, whenever slad activity is detected. I'd be interested to know when this facility was found and when they were there. I wonder if these things might be aligned. Bear in mind that you did tell, well, we were all there. I was a backpack at the time. But if you do recall, the illithid came to
The good
Chemnorth
old
seemingly
days when you were
first,
backpacks.
as far as we're aware, right? If you're saying something near Chemnor, where a slad was, they have some kind of early warning detection system. I don't know. Maybe they were looking for it. Maybe it was there with us the whole time. We just didn't know. Maybe Traki Ostrov was a slad. I don't think he was, but it'd be funny if he was.
I think he would have exploded when he died, right?
I have no idea.
But you're telling me that this is the first time you're hearing about the facility, even though it was an illithid facility originally.
I mean, so was I. You're a satyr. You're one of my creations. Do you know every satyr?
Mush? Probably.
Okay, maybe I'm proven wrong. Do you know every fae ever
Oh
made?
no.
Point.
I've tried to fuck all of them, but well, it's a different story. Point taken, but I mean, it was within your kind of sector. It just...
There was. My sector was not simply... It's not like they cut up the universe and were like, you have this bit, you have this bit. I was the goddess of nature. I oversaw all things natural in the worlds. In all worlds.
I mean, yeah, like my family were worshipping her and we would, pretty far out.
Just
And
because
also
I
on a
made
hell
the
planet.
elves and the fae, and also, nature has a dark side. I made Harbinger and all the things that reside there too. All the shadows and things that lurk in the dark.
You also created chimeras, which, don't get me wrong, love your work, but horrible idea. Too many heads.
You should
Alright,
see
that's
my
Weird
Hydra.
coming from you.
I get your point. It seems strange that that the Illithid are simply unaware that this facility exists.
Illicit might be aware, but I'm not illicit, hun. They made me. I'm their baby. And parents hide things from their children all the time. Every single minute of every single day. It's how you protect them. You do it, intellectual creatures, and animals do it.
This is gonna be how someone finds out that their dog never went to go live on that farm.
Well, on the bright side, that usually children outlive their parents.
That's a weird bright side, my dude.
The problem being
Not
that-
really. He's talking about Saparna outliving the Illithid.
I know, but like, I'm just gonna say it. I'm a little sensitive about the concept of my parents dying right now, okay? Given our current circumstances.
Oh.
well,
Our mission is still to head to score. However, once things are wrapped up with score, however that ends, it's probably worth us investigating this moon, finding the facility, and seeing what exactly is there.
If it really is abandoned.
I
For all
still
we
think
know,
that we should
it's
be
an
heading
amalgamate.
towards Null. Close that chapter off.
One thing at a time,
Maybe
please.
this is more pressing. Again, I don't have all the answers. I just know what I was originally setting out to do. But I suppose I picked you all for a reason. Maybe the reason is that we do need to go there first.
Maybe the reason is you're not very good at picking people.
You were tasked to pick them, Atlas.
What, I picked them?
Yes,
No, I didn't.
you did.
When?
Whenever you bumped into them and this all happened, you picked them.
No, I didn't.
Yes, you did.
No, I didn't. I just went in to get a drink.
And you picked these people.
So if I had gone to a different bar, I would just have like a whole different group of people right now.
I mean, if they had the same names, I guess.
Then I definitely
Technically,
didn't pick them.
Technically, you picked me twice then.
Blame fate.
What do you mean I picked you twice?
Bar, marriage.
oh,
Three if you count resurrection.
oh yeah. You're
times.
not escaping.
Three
that.
times!
They do say terrible things come in threes.
So
That's why thruples never work.
okay.
He's so good. That's such a good one. Come on.
It could be cloaked like the way I'm forgetting names was cloaked to look completely normal.
Sentinel Station.
There we go. That's the one. It could be cloaked for someone. If someone just randomly happened upon it, it looks abandoned.
That's the second time me and Ryan have said something perfectly in sync tonight.
Mhm.
Stop it.
That's why you're married to.
That's why I'm married to
In-game.
him.
We're married to Ryan.
Mary,
Mary,
sorry.
I swear I haven't done
That's
anything.
fine. I'll swap the ring. It's all good. You can pay the money.
You can have Harry if you want. You get good D&D
Fine.
sessions.
It's all good. I'll take the dogs. It's all good.
What, Harry, what is loyalty? What is loyalty these days?
I'll fuck Mary. I don't care.
Harry getting himself uninvited to the wedding.
If I don't get a speech.
deleted.
It turns up to the suit thing. What suit?
I'm just imagining, like, you know, at the wedding, like, you know, when, like, the grooms and, like, bridesmaids stand on, like, the sides, and just Harry's just there, like, looking at Mary, like, sup.
Or just like the
If this doesn't work out, you
Harry's
know.
Harry's gonna have to wear that dress. No, I ain't getting shit.
I told you, I'm on the pride side for a reason. Yeah. Anyway,
The most
all jokes
important
aside.
thing about choosing what side to sit on at a wedding is that if whatever side you sit on, if they get a divorce, like that's who you get in the divorce, you know?
Nobody's gonna sit on my side. Everybody will want Mary in the divorce.
I'll sit on your side, Ryan.
Yeah,
Thank
same
you.
here.
Need more people to play Magic.
I feel like we owe it to you.
You and
We've
me
known you
can play
longer, you know? But it
You
will
and me
kind
can
of
play
like-
Warhammer in the
it will
corner.
kind of cramp my style, because then, you know, once, like, I'll get you in the divorce, but then I'm also supposed to marry Mary and have a dog farm with her, so I feel like it'll be awkward if we're still friends.
And this is why thruples never work. We're back in the room. Do you know anything else about the station? You said that one of the researchers there was involved. Seen it?
Yeah, so there's
I find it.
it's an amalgamate team that is set up that's converted into a research facility. I'll hail them and maybe I can get the location and the information on the facility.
Probably a bit closer then. It'd be hard to hail from this distance if it's over by Chemnor.
Okay, so go to Squall first. Figure that out, and
Yeah, about that actually. I had an idea.
Oh,
This should
God.
be-
I don't like it when you
But
have ideas.
the problem is this is very time sensitive and we don't have a lot of time. But remember that thing we stole from Squall from the gnomes? It's currently radioactive in my bedside drawer.
You probably shouldn't be sleeping next to that.
I mean, it's an adamantine metal head. It's fine. It's fine. It's
God.
not even that hot.
If we survive
can-
this, Cyrus's cancer is going to be horrible.
We're going back to Squall. I might get cancer anyway.
Squall doesn't have cancer. You just
has
slowly
mutations.
turn into a mutated being.
And what is cancer if not mutated cells? Whoa, big brain moment for Cyrus. Yeah, so the whole point of that aether flux thing was to fix Squall's toxicity, right? So if we fix Squall, we take away the Illithid's weapon. Theoretically.
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing. We do have the support of a destroyer with us. We could strong arm the gnomes into giving us the technology.
Don't the I forgot to argue with Days is here. The last time we were at
Yeah,
the
we already discussed wherever Astra is,
yeah.
Daisy.
she sat on Astra's. Someone sat on someone's lap. Let Astra decide.
Sunshine, what are you doing here?
Days just awkwardly watching, like, dude.
Sunshine would totally sit down in a chair in someone's lap, not realizing they were in the fucking chair, though.
Sunshine's
They
out
would
there
be like-
having all the meet cutes, like, everywhere he goes.
And he'd be like, oh, sorry, I didn't see you there. And it's like, I'm the only person in this room.
Days is like, but weren't the gnomes trying to, like, get in with the amalgamate anyway? Like, could
Yeah, they wanted to be part of the amalgamate, the Perdante Alliance.
we
That was
leverage
my
that?
original plan, to go with all of my evidence and then, like, tell them not to do that.
Could we leverage that? Like, we're in a big fucking amalgamate ship with another big fucking amalgamate ship backing us up.
We would have to ask the council's approval on essentially.
I mean, do we?
I mean, we could lie to them.
It's
but
just a
then-
little blackmail.
Then we've got to lie to them, and
I'm just saying, we said we would go sort this situation out. If this is part of sorting it out, it's easier to ask for forgiveness than permission. If they say
yes, but
no, then
the political aftermath of essentially lying to the gnomes, promising them
the
essentially
political
a membership-
aftermath of Squall being destroyed, the Illithid getting everything they want and killing us all. Political aftermath doesn't matter if they win.
I mean, all I was going to say was I can kind of have a meeting with the council. We're still here for like 6 hours. See if I can get the right paperwork for it and do it properly.
Maybe even have an informal discussion, see
Seeing if it's something that we can offer, or at least
We don't even have to
the
promise
gate.
the gnomes anything. We can say that it will.
The gnomes
definitely
don't
look good
deserve shit.
I
They
will.
have spent the last 100 years sweeping shit under the rug.
I will throw it out there.
I'm
That right now, the enemy of our enemy, which is the enemy of the thing that wants to destroy us all, is our friend. Like, you know, I fucking hate dragons, but like, I'm tempted to look at getting those on side too. What are you saying, Vulgar?
all I'm gonna say is, if it involves writing another apology speech, that's up to you guys. I ain't doing that shit again.
I think it's
Cyrus
best if
would
I
agree
don't
with
do
me.
it. I think it's best I don't do any public speaking for a while.
I think it's best you stay out of
Right,
public.
On the
We-
upside, I recorded it, so you can watch it whenever you want.
It's funny. It starts off with "Who here likes T-shirts?"
I apologize if there's a reference I'm not getting it.
Curtis's comedy set from the open mic night in.
Also something I have recorded.
Also something George physically has
forcibly
recorded.
removed that from
It's
my
on
brain.
YouTube under The Folly of Man.
So who here likes T-shirts?
Right,
He
I'm going
proposed
to
to
go and
Nina
see if I
3
can-
times.
I'm going to go see if I can sort out maybe just kind of getting us the go ahead for this, while we're still here.
All right,
until the
but if they
morning.
say no and you still want to do it, I'm not against, like, you know, lying and saying that we commandeered the ship.
That's fine. It's fine. We have the backing of the admiral. I
While
wouldn't
he
want to
has
be
that
on the
meeting,
back
who wants
end.
to watch Cyrus's public apology?
Movie night.
I'm getting a drink.
Borgia will have pulled out a bottle of whiskey the second that was mentioned. There will be 2 glasses. He will pour one, slide it over to Cyrus.
Oh, no. We have a game, Volgir. You take a shot every time they cut away to a different angry dwarf.
I'm gonna need more bottles.
You throw
Pour
it
me
up
doubles.
on the projection screen that you guys have in the med bay.
It's
Set
for,
up.
like, showing x-rays and shit, usually, but we've got it hooked up to a laptop.
You see there's like a reporter there, and they're like, "Welcome to the news at 7. Today we're dealing with the crew of the Umbral Spear and this strange accusation of racism and bestiality focused around one of the key members of the ex-crew of the Chimera, the so-called saviors of the Amalgamate. I'm Thomas Mitchell. I'm reporting you live on the Amalgamate station. Now, we're gonna go to the ground and speak to our other live agent, Annabelle Asterlee. Annabelle, what's it like down there?" "Well, as you can see, Tom, it's there's a lot of angry dwarves here.
Oh, shot. Everyone shot.
We're yet to see anyone step up to the stand yet, apart from the. It looks like the dwarven counselor is taking the stand, potentially to warm up the audience. Get the shot. And the camera pans in front of, zooms in. And you hear like, we are all here today because there's some things going on that need cleared up, and we're going to resolve them, and we're going to move on. Because we're grown-ups, and we accept some people do silly things for silly reasons. As you all know, I'm as he pans back.
Shot. Everyone shot.
He's like, and I'm also here. We're just assessing people in the crowd. This is Master Stonehammer. Master Stonehammer, what do you think about dwarvish racism? Well, I fucking hate dwarvish racism. Of course I fucking do. You fucking think I'm fucking. You think I'm gonna take a picture of us? You fucking weak bastard. Fuck you. I fucking hate that tiefling bastard. Fucking XO. Fuck he is. You know what I mean? Thank you so much, Mr. Stonehammer. We've
He calls
also
you a
got
tiefling.
We've also got. Is this?
Is that just a whole bowl, guys, or is that multiple shots?
And we got Boren here. Is that Boren? Look, I mean, it doesn't really bother
Oh,
me. You
no,
know,
it's
people are
horrible.
racist all the time. You know, it happens. That, you know what I mean? You just kind of used to it at some point, I guess. You know, just I mean, I'm not racist. They don't get me wrong. I wouldn't be caught up there like that, but you know, sucks to be him, I guess. And you know, sucks to be him, I guess. Back to you, Tom. Thanks so much, Admiral. Eventually, you go through. People take the stage, people give their apologies. There are many aggressive cuts, and you kind of like at one point like we just kind of put mics in the stands to see what we picked up. It's like racist cunt. It's like we gotta bleep that one, Tom. It's like there's the crowd is not won over super well by Cyrus's speech. Yeah, you all get to enjoy that moment and relive it, much to Cyrus's displeasure, I'm sure.
I'm just imagining, like, you know, like Days being like, wait, this is my favorite bit, this is my favorite bit, rewind.
It's like it's the bit where someone's going to throw like a drink at Cyrus, so like it just misses.
Cyrus is drinking. Just every shot, every change of the camera, shot.
Eventually, you guys get delivered the another containment unit containing enough micro quantum electrons to deal with I'm gonna say a small-sized room in isolation, or a singular humanoid skull. Someone needs to write that down.
Writing it down.
If you would like
Is
to
it
use the new
Will?
D&D Beyond's-
I imagine it's Will.
Apparently, D&D Beyond has a party inventory.
Oh, we do have a party inventory.
If you want to put it in there, that would be a great place to put all this mumbo jumbo that I've brought you, and that way no one can forget about it.
This is where like 4 of them
Yeah,
appear.
they just all appear.
Doesn't matter who puts it in, as long as it
just
at least
wait.
once.
Is anyone putting it in right now? Ryan, you look real focused.
I recommend you assign someone to be in charge of the party inventory.
I nominate Will.
I am putting the ether flux regulator into the party inventory.
Good call.
Because it's on the ship. It's not technically mine.
Will, I'm
Enough.
nominating you as party inventory manager because you are the quartermaster and that's literally your
That
job.
does make sense.
Fair enough. Enough for one room.
I'm also putting Keelan's hand and hollow strap in there because Volgear technically has them. I don't.
Is that in my inventory?
R.I.P. Bag of holding.
It's in the party inventory, so if you go to inventory.
Well, it's not. It's in my room currently. There's just a random hand in my inventory.
I mean, I would
Very
have
smelly.
asked for that to be handed over. No, I can't have it. Okay.
It's in the bag of holding so it doesn't decay.
Right, it's now going to
Oh.
start decaying.
Well, you take it out, right?
Oh yeah, no, that would have
Yep.
been removed.
Volgear, it is as decayed as you would expect a hand to have been with that length of time. The bag of holding does
Doesn't
not preserve
freeze.
things.
We
That
should have
wasn't
put
the
this in
reason for it.
fridge.
It was just to.
Yeah, it's just a bit sticky and stinky.
It will go into.
If you're the baby, Ashley, get out now.
And that's why there's a
will take
stash
it.
of
Cyrus,
of
come
crew
on.
fingers stashed in the back of a freezer.
I think we'll probably take. I'll probably take Cyrus. We'll probably take the hollow strap off the wrist and throw the wrist into the airlock.
No, I need that.
Why?
I took it for a reason.
Fine. Put the hand. What are you going to do with it?
She's
There you go.
going to try and rebuild him.
Have fun.
Alice will slip it into her haversack because she doesn't have anything freezer worthy on her.
Yep. Spears makes you note it down.
Rotting hand
And
with hollow strap. Although, wait, did I
his
say I took?
hand. No, you took the hollow strap.
Get the hand strap off.
Yeah, I'll probably jailbreak the living daylights out of that thing.
Sure, we can deal with that next time. As you all, eventually your ship becomes ready to jump, are you all ready to travel?
I believe so.
Alrighty. Are you continuing on course towards Nihula Major as was plotted before?
Yeah.
Perfect.
There we go. I've updated the notes, so now it says where they are. Hand is with Atlas. Lost track with Volga.
The Umbral Sphere can star shift 3 sectors. Am I correct in saying you're star shifting to the frontline sector in between here and Draconid Space to meet with
That is
Thunderhead
correct.
Tyrant? Perfect. You leap forward. While you leap, I do need D100 rolls because you do sleep and a new day dawns upon you. It takes 24 hours for your engines to fully recharge. So do you see if you have any problems whilst on the road? No issues. Marvelous.
Is that?
Smooth sailing.
Smooth sailing indeed.
Do we need another one? Or is this just...
Nope. Beros and Astra got it.
Oh, I didn't see Astra's. It didn't come up for me, that's why.
I think Astra rolled on
Whisper.
roll 20, not D&D Beyond.
Yeah.
Yes.
Problem with not using a sigil or whatever the fuck it's called. But yeah, you leap all the way to this new sector, and I don't think you've been to the frontier sector before.
I think we tried to skip this
I
one.
think you
didn't
went
we, a couple
around
of-
it
Oh yeah.
last time. So I will describe it for you, and that's what we're going to call it after that. The frontier sector is a heavily fortified region. Right on the edge of Magma Space, it is the last line of defense before the border of the Draconic Concordat. There is a strange bright blue star called Frontier as the primary energy source of the sector. There are some interesting points. There is Lifer Prime, which is a huge military fortified outpost planet, really, really big. Beyond that, there is Defender's Reach, which is this big asteroid field, and it is littered with defense platforms, outposts, automated security systems, the works. And there is also the Nebula Vortex, which hugs kind of half the sector, and it orbits the star, and it kind of moves around. It is also where there is a huge concentration of amalgamate ships there, because something could very easily starshift into the nebula and not be detected and sneak its way through. So there are a lot of patrols that roam through there. You pick them up because they're broadcasting location, but they weren't doing that. They could slip through very, very easily through the nebula without being spotted. You pick up the Thunderhead Tyrant's signal. They are currently docked at Lifer Prime. They actually have landed at the planet itself, at the military headquarters, which is there. There's also a variety of bastions and outposts all littered around, but most probably don't really draw your fancy at the moment. As we kind of pause here, and you will have a little look around, looking where you can go. You probably, as soon as you enter the sector, assuming you are not stealthed yourself, which I can't imagine you would be, it doesn't take you long to receive a hail from the Thunderhead Tyrant itself.
Ping the hail up.
Right, chappy chaps. I hope you're all doing quite very well. We are about ready here to set off towards your strange foray into celestial spaces.
We've just arrived. We're going to need a few hours before we can jump again. The ship is not quite as capable for long distance jumping. But we should be ready in a few hours. We'll land, and I will head over, and I will convene our plans for what we think should be our plan of action.
Perfect. The captain thought as much. If you would like to pop over, land, we have an adjacent landing bay assigned for you already set aside. Pop over, have a little chat, have some food, and we will see about other things you may need to do. If you are truly here to kill time, there are plenty of things we can do on Lifer itself. It's a little bit of a rowdy spot, the captain tells me. Not that I have arms, legs, or anything else to interact with it, but so be it. If whenever you're ready to land, if you would like to fire me over your request for tally me ho, son.
Tally me ho, son.
Tallied, and you see just boop, 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 like an uploaded like flight path like appears on your HUD.
Every time.
And yeah, you follow the flight path down towards Lithia Prime. You land next to another tyrant, and the Umbral Spear for you guys feels big. Like it's a big shit to be in short. It's very, very large. In multiple floors, like not just the old 2 or 3 you were used to. Like this is fucking thing. It's huge. And then you land next to the other tyrant, and you're like, we could land on that fucking thing. Like it's a floating city. Like it's a monster in comparison to what you guys are flying. You're flying this like specialized little like stealth ship. Like, and then you've just got this like huge thing there, which is the opposite of the literally the anathema of everything you are. And as you land there and prepare yourselves to pop over to set your plans in motion with your new information, that, I think, is as good a place as any to stop for tonight. Thanks for joining us. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.